Hey, it's Joshua Vergara. What's going on, everybody? It's iPhone day. Well, again, the iPhone 12 and the 12 Pro already came out. I have my review of the iPhone 12 Pro still on its way, so look forward to that. But today we got the, let's say, more unique versions of the iPhone 12. In the smallest of the four, we have the iPhone 12 mini, which you have in this video. And then a little bit later today, I'm going to give you my unboxing and a couple of thoughts right off the bat on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So with all of the content that's about to come out, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you can keep up with all of the videos that are on their way. I figured I'd get a little bit of work done by just walking around getting some extra photos and videos, but check this out. I'm going to try to unbox the Mini in particular. It fits in my fanny pack, the entire thing, so I'm just going to unbox this thing real quick. This is what happens when you minimize your box contents. Stuff gets really small. I decided to have a little bit of fun with this video, and the first portion of this is going to be filmed on the iPhone 12 Pro. So keep an eye in the corner so you know when I'm actually using the phone to unbox this phone. But one of the main stories with all of the iPhones this year is that the unboxing experience is actually really minimal now, because you don't get a power brick, you don't get earphones in the box, and the boxes themselves are actually really small. So after taking the cover off, we have the actual phone itself. I got the green edition, and underneath that is just the USB-C to Lightning cable and a couple of pieces of documentation, a sticker, and of course the SIM tool. That's it. Obviously, the first thing I have to talk about is the size of this phone. It's basically like the iPhone SE, except there's no power button anymore. It has the tropes and the design cues of the more modern iPhones. This is the Super Retina XDR OLED screen, which means it should still have the high quality of Apple's displays that we're used to over the last number of generations. Now, the only thing is, it is much easier to handle than any of its bigger siblings. But even if the phone is small, it's still big on performance with the A14 Bionic as the chipset inside, and I did decide to pay just a little bit more for the 128 gigabytes of onboard storage. And the only thing that I can really complain about a little bit off the bat is that I thought the green color was going to be a little bit darker than this. It's like a washed out green, and I wish that it had more of an earthy or darker green color to it. But that backing does include wireless charging capabilities and, of course, Magsafe, which is a big deal for the iPhone 12s now. We have ourselves the Magsafe wallet here that I actually use just to hold some business cards, and it goes right onto the back like so. This is how the Magsafe wallet was sort of constructed to be flush with the iPhone 12 mini, and then you have a little bit more phone around the wallet the higher up you go in the tiers. Now, with a battery that's not too far above 2,000 milliamp hours, I'm a little bit worried about what the battery life would be like on this phone. It's going to be one of those typical cliche things, or maybe one of those stereotypical things where iPhone users are looking for cables way earlier than they probably expect to. But the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video, just to provide some examples, is the camera. You have two sensors on here, the typical ones, 12 megapixels each. You have a wide and an ultra wide. Now, there aren't going to be any leaps and bounds forward as far as the cameras are concerned here, but it's nice to have the high quality that the iPhones tout in the smallest body that I think any of the flagships have ever been. I mean, for example, you tell me of any other smartphone that is at this size, 5.4 inches, with this kind of high-end processor that can do 4K recording on the front-facing camera. For anybody out there that just wants an easy content creator's tool, maybe you're just a bit of a vlogger or a social media person, having this kind of front-facing camera at 12 megapixels with this level of capability, it's a good time. So I decided to just run around a little bit with the iPhone 12 mini and just get some photos, some videos, and just show them off here, because since this camera package is so like the iPhone 12, and even then it's a lot like the iPhone 11 before it, I don't think that it really warrants its own full-on real-world camera test. If you are at all familiar with what Apple has been capable of over the last year or so, then you know what to expect from the iPhone 12 mini. It's just all going to be in a body type that is much more accessible. Now, for a phone that is this minimal, it is really nice that the cameras have some overachieving features like Dolby Vision HDR recording, which I don't really do, and I don't think most people will, because not only is HDR recording itself not all that prevalent, there are not a lot of people who even have HDR capable, let's say, monitors or TVs. The only other people that might be ready to watch your HDR content are people with iPhone 12s as well. So it's for that reason that I'm going to cool it on the HDR stuff. I will give the phone props for even having it at all, but you're not going to see a whole lot of HDR content from me at all using these phones. So since I'm not going to be doing a real-world camera test using this particular phone, what I can tell you is that you can expect good quality from these cameras, which is a lovely prospect no matter what iPhone 12 you get. I mean, you're not going to get a telephoto lens here, so no zooming or anything like that, but you still get the wide and digital zooms, and then of course that ultra-wide is there, which people like myself really enjoy. So consider this your look at what the cameras are capable of in the iPhone 12 mini, which is to say it should be in line with the rest of the iPhone 12s, minus the telephoto. And of course minus the enhancements in the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which I'm going to get into more later on. And so there you have it, my thoughts on the iPhone 12 mini after unboxing it nice and quick and also showing you what the cameras are capable of, and it's mostly what you would expect, especially since I showed you footage using the iPhone 12 Pro. That kind of experience is, for the most part, intact here, minus zooming. Once again, I do have the Pro Max unboxing and some thoughts on that particular phone coming out a little bit later today, so I do want to ask you to just subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, if you are interested in that video, so you know when it comes out. At the very least, though, get into the comment sections down below, let me know what you think of this phone, what you're hyped about, maybe you're getting a Pro Max as well, and at the very least, drop some likes on this video as well. With all that said, I'm going to go ahead and call it on this unboxing. Thank you so much for watching, please take care of yourselves and each other, and enjoy your tea, everybody.